everybody, so welcome back again. I'm doing a video on my favorite top most used makeup brushes. It's been requested and I've done so many tutorials that I know I talk about them in my tutorials, but I've never really explained why I love them. So I thought this would be a good time to show you guys the different brushes I use. I use brushes from Sigma, I use brushes from MAC, I use brushes from Bare Minerals, and I even got like a Real Techniques brush in here. So I kind of use a little bit of everything. Don't you guys just love my shirt? I'm like obsessed with it. Sorry, I had to show you guys. I know I posted a picture. Eric and I, we went down to the Harley dealer because he bought some parts for his bike, and he goes, well, I'll buy you some shirts. And I said, okay. So I kind of took advantage of the situation. A little side note, I did not clean my brushes. I did a tutorial earlier and I was like, you know what, you guys are gonna love me for me and my dirty brushes, okay? So don't judge me. I'm gonna talk about face brushes first because I got a lot of eye brushes, so let's just start off with that. So the first brush I want to talk to you guys about is probably my favorite powder brush. Thank you, Lisa. I will link her channel below. It's Lisa D1. She is amazing, and she has always used the Sephora 55 airbrush, and this is wonderful for powder. I love it to like buff my powder foundation into my skin, especially with like a loose mineral powder. This is the best brush to use for that. The F30 by Sigma is another all-time favorite of mine because I can use this two ways. I can use this to just dust on my powder over my foundation, or I can use this as my bronzer, and it's just amazing for that. And it's so soft, and I've had these for probably over 2 years and they still feel brand new. The F20 is another favorite. It is very similar to the F30, but it is a little bit wider and it's a little shorter. I do love this for applying my blush. You don't need a lot of product when using this because it really kind of disperses it how it needs to be. And I love my F40, which is the angled blush brush, but I don't know, for some reason this just really blends out your blush a lot more, so I love that. The tapered Kabuki, which is the F86, my favorite for really blending in my under eye concealer. It is very dirty, as you guys can see, but it's perfect for that. It gets the job done. I used to use my fingers to blend my concealer, but I can't anymore, so I love that. And then the F80, which is the flat top Kabuki. Everybody probably knows what the flat top Kabuki is, but it's perfect for buffing out your liquid foundation. I highly recommend this brush if you don't have it. It is a life changer when it comes to applying foundation. So yeah. We cannot forget the little cute, adorable beauty blender. Love this thing too. I really feel like using this damp with a foundation just really, it gives you that airbrush look, but at the same time it like hydrates your skin. But it's hard because when I do my foundation, I love using the flat top, but I love using the beauty blender too, so I kind of just take turns so one doesn't feel more left out than the other. I don't know. My last face brush, the Bare Minerals Little Kabuki. See, my biggest thing with this one is I'm not a fan of using this with the Bare Minerals loose powders. I love using this with a pressed powder. I don't know if it's because it's not as dense or something, but I feel like I get better coverage when I use a pressed powder than when I use the loose powder. I don't know. I hate that the sun keeps coming in and out, in and out, in and out all the time. Moving on to my eye brushes. Okay, so I finally bought the Sigma tapered highlighter. This is actually the F35, and I've been using this under my eye area. Like Jaclyn Hill, she really suggested this one, and then she also uses it for a highlight. So I've been doing that, and I really do love it. But originally I was using my Real Techniques brush for that. So this is kind of the same thing. It's just actually a little bit different in size, but it does the same thing pretty much. but I felt like I needed to add this to my collection, so I got this. Okay, so for my eyeshadows, the Sigma Large Shader Brush, this is the E60, is great for patting on your eyeshadow. And then I also love the E55, which is the eye shading brush for your eyeshadow. I feel like when you have more of like a pigmented shadow, this one actually does a better job than this one. This is great for like matte shadows and stuff like that, but when you have like a really glittery shadow, this one just, I think, does a better job. This MAC brush is my favorite for really getting down under the eye area and applying my shadow right there. I will put the number down below because Smokey ate the number off, as you can see. And then by MAC, I also love the 212. This is the one I use for under my brow area to highlight my brow bone pretty much. And for my inner highlight, it's just my favorite for that. It picks up the right amount of shadow and it's still kind of precise on the tip, so I can really get under my eyebrow without messing up my eyebrows after I did them. And yeah, I love this too. Back in high school, I used to never blend my eyeshadows, and the girls at the MAC counter were like, honey, you really need to do that. Like, don't be scared to do it. And they really like engraved it into my brain, like blend, blend, blend. You can't blend too much. So I've been a blending freak. I have so many blending brushes. These are just 4 of them. I do have like duplicates, and I think I even have 3 of this MAC 217. But the MAC 217 is a little bit more, I don't want to say precise because it's just not as fluffy as the Sigma E25. This is great for really blending it up, but this kind of keeps it more where you want your shadow to be. So I do love applying my transition colors with these, and I really love to blend out my transition colors with this, as well as pretty much my whole look when I'm done. This is just like the ultimate blender, so I love that. And that was the E25. MAC 224, I've used this for probably like 10 years. This brush is so old and it's still around with me. I'm very, very shocked because I've gone through a lot of those 217s and they just kind of wear down. It's really weird, but this one's still going strong. And I love this to apply my dark shadow for my outer V. Really keeps everything in place, and it's just amazing for that. I do recommend the 224. But I also finally picked up the Sigma Tapered Blending, which is the E40. And this is really similar, but it is a little bit fatter than the MAC one. What in the world was that? I think the cats are playing. I've been using this to apply my transition color, and I've been applying my outer crease color with this, and it really does a good job. I'm surprised because it is a little bit more fluffy than this, but I don't know. I think it kind of depends on like how precise you want that outer edge to be. If you really want more of a cut crease, the 224 by MAC is perfect. If you want more of like a smoky effect going on, then the E40 is good. Obviously, I haven't used this too long because I don't remember the number very well. So now when I apply my eyeliner to the bottom waterline, I have to smudge it out. I cannot just apply it and go anymore. I just don't like how it looks. I love that blended out smoky effect that smudging your eyeliner gives. So the MAC 219 is my favorite for that. I do love this. It gets right in between and really does a good job at blending it out. As you can see, that's what I use it for because the end of it is black. So I love that for eyeliner. And then for when I do my wing liner, this is the Sigma EO5. I do love this when I use a gel liner. It does a really good job at winging out your liner with that really fine tip that it has, and yeah, it's great. Last but not least, the Anastasia Eyebrow Duo brush is by far my favorite for my eyebrows. It's got the perfect amount of density on the angled brush side, and it also has a little spoolie to brush through your eyebrows, which I love. So that would conclude my favorite brushes. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I know I use them in my tutorials, but I really wanted to explain why I love the ones that I did love so much over others. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. I have everything linked down below, all the brushes, all the product info. And then if you want to purchase some Sigma brushes, I do have my link as well as the coupon code down below for you guys. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to you guys really soon. Bye!